1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, let's go now.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's just another day at work for me. Now if you follow my work playlist, you get to see what I do at work, and that's more content that I create if you're interested in trikes. But if you're just more interested in my daily life, there's nothing particularly special about it, which is in a way boring, in a way a refreshing change. One thing I do every day is I drive to work, and so I have time to talk basically to you. But in order for me to talk to you, we need to have something to talk about. That's sort of where you come in. I want you guys to start the conversation. Alright, so one conversation we do need to have is that of funding. It's been a year since the head injury. Once again, thank you so much to all of you guys who supported me, helped pay for my medical bills. But what I was doing just before the head injury happened was preparing to launch a Patreon. A year has passed. Many of you have expressed that you would be willing to support me if I started a Patreon. And so this is what I want to discuss with you. Do you want me to start a Patreon? I mean, more of you than just Ramsey Silent. I personally, having dug into this a bit, I'm not a big fan of Patreon, and I don't like the way it works. And to be honest, a lot of the fees on Patreon are dumped on you guys. Whereas there are things like Donor Box, where I can say that I take care of the fees and the transaction and whatnot, which I think is more fair. So I actually really like Donor Box a lot more than Patreon. But because I'm sure many of you guys are patrons of other channels and are using Patreon, maybe it makes more sense for me to use Patreon just because fucking everyone else is doing it. And, you know, it'll be easy on you guys. I know I really hate doing things that everyone else does, but if it makes life easier for you, I would be willing to do it just once. But I mean, the converse of that is the fact that everyone is doing it is part of the reason why I don't like Patreon. Some of the shit they've done recently and backpedaled on has been very creator and patron unfriendly. And that's what happens when money-making entities get too big, right? Whereas DonorBox has made more for the non-profit, and so, you know, there's that. I'm leaning more towards DonorBox, but let me know what you would prefer. Let me know any reasons for or against. If there's another system that you reckon I should be looking into, let me know. Let's have this conversation over the next few weeks, and then I'll make a decision after taking your opinions into account. Let me know. Let's just have this conversation about money and see where we can go. Fucking A.